right, what up? Let's do it. Baseball After Dark. Little past 9. One game in the books. Dodgers. Do it again. And right now we are in this Brewers. No. We're in this Seattle-Toronto game. I just got to click through my games over here for a sec. Sorry. Mr. Max Scherzer's on the bump. Let's get this going. All right. How is everybody tonight? Hope everybody's doing good. I thought I was going to be a little late. I know my wife put the word out in the YouTube chat, at least, in my channel's chat. My son, he got a little shook up. Had to go make sure he was all right. All right, here's where we're at. 1-0 Mariners. Something just happened that I just missed. Scherzer get clipped? Let's see here. Yeah, he did. Who got him? Naylor? All right. Let's get to looking at that. It's not going to be a great angle. First pitch fastball. Swing and miss. Second pitch changeup. Gets him on a changeup. Ooh, park that. 102.6 at 31. Told you it wasn't going to be a good angle. Oh, damn. I think the changeup's just a little middle, huh? Just doesn't get it down. Is that what happened here? Yeah, that's the Naylor bomb. That's the one out, the one run in this game so far. Other than that, you know, Max has had an interesting start to the game. Here's the first inning. We'll run through that real quick. Randy goes for the first pitch of the game, ambush. Max right to the slider. Now, one thing we talked about on Baseball and Coffee this morning was the location of Max's slider. That's a big deal. I feel like ever since he's had this thumb thing crop up a couple years ago, he's had the slight tendency to back his slider up a little bit when throwing it for strikes, or sometimes when he's trying to bury it, just missing with it a little bit. Anyway, this one, not bad. Bottom of the zone, good pitch. So we'll take that. And then he walks Cal Raleigh. Let's watch this at bat. Fastball middle down. He's about to get through the second here, it looks like. 0-2 count on Crawford in the real game right now. Ooh, nice curveball. I figured he was going to try to go completely scatter with the pitch selection tonight. That's what Max typically does anyway. Not a big double up guy, you know, when he gets the feeling for it, but loves to stick and move with his pitch selection. He just didn't have a tunnel for this slider. Easy take for Cal. Cal looking out over, it looks like. Changeup. Overcooks the changeup. Just pulls the fastball here a little bit. Trying to go up in. Ends up pulling it down in. Velocity is very good though for Max, huh? Velocity's there. Crawford, fly ball. Okay, so good second inning for Max. And then Julio has a 4-pitch walk. I'm curious to see pitch selection here. Slider. I'd rather that miss than in the middle. All right, so he's a little bit pulling to the glove side right now. 2-0. Doesn't want to make the mistake in the middle. Definitely pulled a bunch of balls there. That's interesting to watch. And then Polanco, he's going to get the double play here, I believe, on a changeup. Another ball there. Fastball. I don't know about you guys, but even though this is good velocity, this ball just kind of, I don't know. That's not a Max Scherzer fastball. It looks to me like his arm angle's higher, too. All right, gets a little action on a curveball. Not a great location. Here comes the changeup. Now that's a good pitch. That's the first really great pitch he's executed in a while. Still pulls it a little bit much, in my opinion. I don't love that this was a little bit in here. But bottom rail. Good pitch. Good execution. All right, and then he gets a double play on another changeup. So he goes to double up. This one doesn't have the same action, but he gets it away and gets him off the end. That's just good reading of the swing, at least. Had him out front. Gets that little choppy contact there. All right, so that was his first inning. I don't think we have the broadcast yet, but we'll get that in a minute. On the other side of things, Castillo. I saw that the Blue Jays were, you know, the way they've been, aggressive early. This is Springer's second pitch of the game. Ball smashed right at him. And he was able to do it with some quick outs, using mostly fastballs. Here's a changeup, though. Negative vert on this changeup. Really good pitch. Negative 1.8 inches of induced vertical break with 18 inches of run. So this ball is dropping heavy and moving heavy to the side. 86 off of, what was the fastball? 93 here. About 7 mile an hour difference. Get some reaching. And then Vlad, I think he goes fastball, fastball, fastball. Four-seam, sinker, sinker. And jams him really good. And also, this was a hell of a play by Crawford. Hell of a play by Crawford. Couple things going on in this play right here. Number one, the pitch is outstanding. 19 inches of run. Arm side run. So this ball's boring in on Vlad's hands like crazy. This was a hellacious sinker. Not really a strikeout pitch. You don't really get strikeouts throwing sinkers in with 2 strikes unless you throw them perfect. But shatters the bat here. You can see a little bit of, not shatters, but a shard of wood comes off. So he jams them really good. Doesn't hit it hard, but he hits it to an area of the field where there's not really anybody there. Now watch Crawford. The intentional bounce throw. Perfect. Perfectly done. Perfectly done. Very nice technique. Look from the high home. He's pulled pretty over in the hole here. Man, that's really good. You have to practice it to know how to make that type of throw. It's really smart play there, so I want to highlight that. Second inning, another 2-pitch out. Kirk.
10 innings, gave up 17 hits in those 10 innings, and Kirk's somebody who's hit him hard.
So, you know, so far, these teams haven't changed. There has been 2 walks from Seattle, but they were still trying to ambush. I mean, Rosarina swung at the first pitch of the game off Max. Obviously, the Blue Jays are very aggressive. Ooh, IKF just got a big hit. Leadoff double here in the third. Here's a Varsho strikeout. He's going to get him with a slider. Okay, let's see it. Ooh, good pitch. Just straight up fools him. Gets him out front. Nice pitch there. Ernie Clement, this guy's been a problem for everybody for a while now in the playoffs. And I've talked about this a little bit. I feel like his swing is pretty good at getting to these right-on-right sinkers in. And getting through them. Really good swing here by Ernie. Just kind of, you know, he doesn't crush it, 91, but just kind of laces it up the middle. Real nice. And then it's going to get Barger to line out on a changeup. Ooh, negative 2.4. Ooh, get some reach in. Nice play by Crawford. Good baseball all around there. All right, maybe we have the view now. All right, Josh Naylor's home run, 2-pitch at bat. Let's see what happened here. First pitch heater. Ooh, perfect spot. Up in. Kind of beats him with it. 93.6, so interesting. But Max beats him with the fastball there. And then Cambio. Next pitch. Location. Up away. I feel like, you know, maybe Max saw something different than what I saw, but when you beat a guy with a fastball, in a way, you're kind of giving him a chance with the changeup. You know, he's telling you he's a little late, he's a little under it. Goes changeup here, and Naylor's all over it like he's looking for it. So maybe a little bit of a misread on the timing there. You know, Max gets the swing and miss. Maybe he expects Naylor to speed up, and then he makes the early counter move to that move. But either way, it doesn't work. He tattooed that ball. That was a nice swing. And then after that, he goes 1, 2, 3 through the rest of the second, right? Suarez up in. I did say today in Baseball and Coffee that expect Max to pitch in. That's usually his antidote for an aggressive team. Pitch in a lot. So let's see if he did that for some of his outs here. This one's a curveball. Hit pretty hard, but right at the second baseman. Yeah, 109. Jeez. And then J.P. Crawford's going to get out on a changeup. So kind of just doing the full mix thing. Yep, gets him out front. 48 degrees. That's not going anywhere. Was it -4 in the changeup to Naylor? I don't think so. Was it? Nah, +4. +4. It didn't have a ton. I don't really feel like it dove that much. I mean, honestly, from the way that I'm reading the game, obviously it looks like hindsight at this point. It looked like a Monday morning quarterbacking here. But really, in real time, I mean, look, here's the miss up top. First pitch. So you can say, oh, he's going to make a huge adjustment and speed up next, and maybe you're anticipating that when you go to the changeup. But to me, it's like he's just late. Like, he's kind of begging you to either throw a cutter in off the plate for Chase here and give him a pitch that's a ball to swing at. Ooh, Jimenez just whacked a ball. It's going to be gone. Yep. Grano back on top. Anyway, let me get back to what I'm saying here. Or you can go higher here, and just continue to reinforce, hey, you got to speed up, speed up, speed up. Then you throw the changeup. But the second part of it, and probably the more important part of it, is just the location. He gets it down and away. He's not hitting a homer. Pitch is kind of up and away, out over. So just sometimes it's just a location. That's probably more of what happened here. Yeah, so that changeup was relatively flat. I would agree with that. Mar, I would agree with that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Anything in the chat? Scherzer changeup to Polanco in the first inning. Yeah, we saw the metrics. This one was 4.9. This one was 6. I mean, they weren't super divers. Not that Max is getting negative a lot with his changeup. It's funny because Max goes full pronation action with the changeup, the way he throws it. So it's a little bit different. All right, well, thanks for hanging with me so far on Baseball After Dark on both streams. We are up and running. Let's see what the early numbers are looking like. A little bit of a slow start here. Jimenez, man, coming alive. What a treat. The 8 and the 9 hole, getting it done big time in the early going here for the Blue Jays. And they were big in yesterday's game as well. And then when you have the bottom of the order getting on and it flips over to the top with guys on base, I mean, what's more ideal than that? We won't have the good view, but here was the double by IKF. It's a slider. The only real type of extra base hit you can give up on a ground ball, which is one of those balls down the line. And then Jimenez clips a down and in slider. It's very similar to the pitch that Varsho struck out on earlier, I think. Except this time he saw 8 pitches and was a little more on it. Whereas I think Varsho, I was thinking when I was watching it, this pitch right here, this strikeout pitch, I was thinking when I was watching it the first time, this is actually a pretty decent pitch to hit location-wise. If he was on this pitch timing, this might have been a problem. It is at the bottom-ish of the zone, right? Man, this translucent zone's hard to tell. But I think it's in a good spot to hit. He's just out front. I'm assuming in this next at-bat with Jimenez, let's see the sequence. Slider, four-seam, slider, four-seam, four-seam, slider, four-seam, slider. So he's seen a lot of sliders. This is the 4th slider he's seen. I always feel like, there's diminishing returns after a certain amount of time, obviously. Yeah, bottom of the order again. Coming up big for the Jays in this one. So that's a 2-1 Jays lead. There's a meeting on the mound right now as they have 2 more guys on. Lucas with a single here on a fastball. Banging it up the middle. He's got a very flat swing. Also, I feel like kind of built for the top of the zone in a lot of ways. I'd love to look at his heat map at some point to confirm that, but that's what appears to me. And then Vladdy, who had a hell of a game last night, smacks one up the middle on a sinker. So there's only so many times you can throw him the same pitch shape, even if it's elite. I mean, this is an elite metric on a sinker. 2 inches of vert, 22 inches of run at 94. That's a freaking nasty sinker. Vlad does not care, though. He spanks that ball up the middle. And now Kirk's up there in a big spot. I want to go check on the other game, obviously, and run through that. That was a very good game. Dodgers are a very tough team to beat right now. They're just not giving up runs. Hard to win when you can't score. It's what the Brewers are running into a little bit, in my opinion. What are the metrics on Castillo's four seam? A bunch of guys are under it. Yeah, so it's not good. It's very low, actually, Castillo's metrics on his four seam. But because he has the VAA effect, because he's throwing from 15-degree arm angle, he's upshooting his fastballs. So he has a very flat, well, it's kind of uphill-ish, flattish. That's how it would perceive to the hitter, path of the ball. So that's why it plays. It's metrically you're gonna see it's nothing special here. We talked about this as well on Baseball and Coffee this morning. Vertical break averages 12.4. Like that's well below average. But the VAA on it, because of this factor right here, arm angle 15 degrees. It's one of the lower ones in the game. So when he throws it at the top, it really plays. A lot of guys do this trick. Edwin Diaz is a good example. Paul Sewald was a good example. But Castillo's been especially effective. And I also think part of it is because he has really good changeups as well that dive off the table and sinkers. Like if you look at his metrics on his other pitches here, like the sinker averages 3.6 inches of vert, so that's about 9 inches less than that four seam. So that's a big difference. If he shows you a sinker early in the count and that's what you think the shape of his fastball is, you're going to be surprised when he upshoots a 12 ball to the top of the zone at 15-degree arm angle. And then the changeup has even more drop than that. So there's a true about 12, 13-inch separation between the changeup's vertical movement and the four seam. So all of that kind of combines for a pretty hellacious effect by Castillo. 3-2 count to Kirk here. Pulls the sinker just a touch. Bases chucked. Are they going to stick with him? This is a big decision here. Varsho coming up. Struck him out last time. Bases loaded here, though. Ooh, this pitch was actually a strike. Cal Raleigh with kind of a bad frame from what I'm watching. What's Castillo's VAA compared to Wu? You know, I don't have the VAA leaderboard here. I bet you there is one, though. Bet you I could do a quick rudimentary Google search here. I know that there's like an Alex Chamberlain pitch leaderboard, right? Haha, this might be the thing. Let's see what we got here. Pitch leaderboard version 7. Dun dun dun. We need to find VAA. Nothing comes up with that. Let's go to Castillo. What the hell is this? This ain't it. Oh, that was the Tableau public thing. That's my bad. All right, pitcher dashboard. Let's see here. Release. Oop. Vertical release point, vertical release, pitch release angles. What you know about this Alex Chamberlain leaderboard? I haven't been on this in a while, but usually you can find some good stuff here. Vertical approach angle. What is the steepest? Come on, give me a leaderboard here somehow. Do it for me. Well, Brian Wu, four-seam fastball, negative 3.7. That's ridiculously low. The lower the better. Come on, give me. How do we do this here? Oh, that's the other. That's the opposite. So we want it. Flip that table, sir. All right. Well, Tyler Rogers, Kevin Kelly, but those guys throw underhand. Ryan Thompson, Tim Hill, Paul Sewald. Okay, here we go. Paul Sewald, negative 3.4 VAA. That's crazy. Matt Brash, negative 3.4. Craig Kimbrell, negative 3.6. Edwin Diaz, negative 3.7. Brian Wu, negative 3.7. Wow, Misiorowski, negative 3.8. That's crazy. Where's Castillo? I know it's in here somewhere. There he is, Luis Castillo, negative 4. So that's a very flat approach angle there, negative 4. You have negative 3.8. Mar has wherever they're looking. But I don't know if I would have pulled him or not. I haven't watched every pitch yet. This is a good question here from Kevin. Of course, you want to get more out of him, but this is such a high leverage moment of the game. There's a big argument to be made here for going matchup here. The problem is he's got to get his man, or then you're walking into a not great matchup with Clement next. Also, it's not like this guy's been lights out. Spire, 5 innings, 3 earnies this postseason. So he's been okay, but nothing great. Anyway, so that was that. Hold on, where are we at? Mariners, Jays. This is the current sitch. Can I leaderboard the entire league in their IVB? You can do that on StatCast. So I'll do that in a second. All right, let's do it because you don't need to know. I'll show you what happens after this. Statistics, no, leaderboards, pitcher Arsenal stats. No. Leaderboards, pitcher. Pitch movement. Pitch movement. Vertical break. And then you got to go to minimum pitches. We'll just do 50 because that'll get Jonah Tong on the leaderboard. Yeah, all right. So here it is. IVB leaders. Alex Vesia, numero uno. I think he's got the title going multiple years now, consecutively. 20.9, so throwing 21 balls every time. Tristan McKenzie, Geraldo. Wow, I didn't not know that from the Orioles. From the Orioles. That's nasty. 20 balls. Sobrowski, there's Jonah Tong, 19.8. Pavetta, 19.7. So these are IVB masters. Most of them have high arm angles. Pretty hard to do it from a low arm angle. Where is Hader? Well, the problem is this is probably only 4-seamers, and his is technically a sinker. So if I go sinker and I update, he's going to come up. Yeah, Josh Hader's third, 18.5 on his sinker. Felix Bautista, 21 on his sinker. Kenley Jansen, though, 18.8 on the cutter. That's truly alien. That's sick because his 4-seam's oh, that's his sinker. Let's see what else we got. Let's say by cutter. It's got to be Kenley number 1. Yeah, Kenley, 18.8 on the cutter. Wander Suero, K. Povich, D-Rob. That's a lot of vert. Lot of vert on a cutter. Mucho vert. What's happening in this game? Did he just walk in and run? He walked him. Ay, ay, ay. This is why if you're going to make the move in this spot, you bring in like your best guy. This was so high. This is such high leverage. You don't even realize it until you've given up 4 runs in this inning. Ernie Clement. If he hits a double here, this guy's a legend. Foul ball. Looks like he hurts himself. He's like dead on the ground. No, he's all right. He's all right. He's hamming it up. All right, so this is on cutters. What other pitch would be fun? Ooh, who's got like a really high vert changeup? That's a weird pitch. Rico Garcia, Hogan Harris, Giolito. What else? Sweeper. Who's got the most verty sweeper in the show? Sean Armstrong, Frankie Montas, Yuri Perez. Those are weird pitches. Verty sweepers. Who's got the most verty that has a lot of break on it, though? Like, I'm looking... Oh, wow. Look at this one. Greg Weissert. 20-inch left with 5.2 vert. That's a good sweeper down here. Greg Weissert by shape. That's a weird shape. So anyway, you can look at a lot of this stuff. Clement's still battling here. All right, why don't we go back and take a peek at this game as the Dodgers continue to just pitch really, really well. Glasnow 5 2/3. Well, let me get rid of this question. 5 2/3. Ooh, T works. T works, absolutely. 5 2/3, 1 run, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, 99 pitches. Vesia, Shrinen, who's clearly on the inner circle now. Banda pitches the 8th, and then Roki does make an appearance, going with a clean inning and 1 strikeout. On the other side, Ashby was the opener. It didn't go great. Misiorowski had to come in. I really want to watch pretty much Jacob Misiorowski pitch because he was a big story in this game, even at a loss. But the Dodgers just don't give up runs. So let's just go to the baseball game. Dodgers, Brew Crew. And I'm just going to show the very beginning here. So Ohtani triples start of this game. Now, compared to Milwaukee, I will take this camera angle, although it's funky. It's very low. A lot of times the guy's body kind of goes in front of the pitch, so it's kind of hard to see on this angle. But you get a sense of things better than that Milwaukee camera angle, which is brutal. So I mentioned that some teams might do this. They might go SEC style and have a guy warming up in the bullpen prior as the guy is starting the game. And there is Misiorowski warming up as soon as it starts.
1 and 2 the count.
And here it comes on a slider. Just reaches out and pokes it. And then, hey, Shohei certainly not lacking for tools as he comes flying around the bases and gets a triple here. Now Spire's kind of coming through here a little bit, looking to minimize. He got 2 strikes on Barger with the shot to get out of here, 3-1. Look at Shohei run. Oh, punches him with a heater. Really good pitch by Spire. All right, so give credit to him. He did his thing. I mean, he does walk the batter, but he minimizes it there. That's huge. 3-1's manageable this early in the Wago. And then Mookie doubles. First pitch sinker. Great swing. Just goes with it. Hits it where it's pitched. Shoots it in the gap. Trades places with him. Does the Dodger dance thing they do. And 1-0 Dodgers. Then there's a strikeout and a walk, and they go right to Misiorowski. So then Misiorowski's able to get through the first because this guy's just filthy, filthy, filthy. I want to look at his player breakdown in a minute. He did something new today. Man, how do you get somebody to swing at this pitch? Are you kidding me? Do you see where this pitch is? Diablo. And then he punches out Teoscar. So comes in, keeps it at 1 by going punchy. This one's on 102. Kind of comeback style. This is a vicious heater. That initially looks like it's headed away, and then it just zips back in. You have no time to react to this. Just a vicious fastball. Oh my goodness. All right, so he kind of settled things down. I know Glasnow deserves a lot of the watch here, but I'm still going to watch Misiorowski for a minute because we've already started. So let me just go to his player breakdown because I noticed something right away. 30 sliders, 25 fastballs, 18 curveballs. So this is the first game I've watched him pitch where he didn't really lean on the fastballs much. He averaged 100.6, and yet he only threw the fastball 34% of the time. Basically, 2/3 of the game, he threw breaking balls, sliders, and curveballs. So it worked for him in this game. It's very interesting. Yes. Very good point, Mar. You are absolutely correct in this. But he hadn't really done this yet. That's all I'm saying. He just hadn't taken this step yet. He hadn't tried this out yet. He hadn't taken this for a walk yet. And you know what? It worked out. He was freaking gross in this game. 45% whiff. You know, everything was hard. Let's go ahead and watch it. So those were the 2 strikeouts. And then, let's see, after that, Muncy on a curveball. I mean, 89 mile-an-hour curveballs are pretty sick. if you can throw him. Ground out. Kike. And by the way, the shadows, absolutely brutal here. I mentioned that also this morning. You got no shot of seeing much right now. So this was a great situation for him and Glasnow. I also wonder, and you notice here, his front foot slips. Is this the first time he's ever had to deal with another guy with their landing spot just about as far down the rubber as him? And look at that slippage. Man, he's lucky he didn't hurt himself bad here. Oh, hyperextends bad on that front knee, and oh my gosh. So him and Glasnow both have highest, extension in the league. Drift down the mound, 7.5 feet on average for both of them. Oh, hello. Hi. You good? How'd it go? Great. All right. You want to say hi? To you. Where's Brad? Well, I don't want anybody to see me on here. All right. All good. Anyway, he slips here. He's got crazy extension just like Glasnow. So I wonder if he kind of half stepped in his hole. But that's scary. You don't want to see that. That's super scary. All right, so was that the strikeout? Yep, and then here's a single curveball. Hey. Hello. How was ballet?
Good, but watch our new stretch.
Got a new stretch? Oh, very nice.
Okay, see you later.
All right, see you later. Yeah, it looks like he overextends there. All right, here's the curveball to Pages. Scherzer's now going through the lineup for a second time over here. Oh, yeah, that was just... Pages is pretty fast there. Shohei is going to get him on a slider. And by the way, these sliders are 95. Just 95 mile-an-hour sliders. Crazy. Mookie's going to fly out on a fastball. And you can see the glare in that center field shot. It's really hard to see. I know there were some ump cam views, but look at this glare. Gives you an idea of the stark difference between the lighting around home plate and the lighting in the background there. Not great. All right, third inning, Will Smith strikeout on a 96 mile-an-hour slider. Ooh, this is that backup top shelf thing. And then Will Smith. He's going to punch out. 96 mile-an-hour slider. Are you kidding me with this pitch? This pitch is disgusting. I love his how pumped up this guy gets too. He's fun to watch. All right, so there's a strikeout. Tommy Edman to start off the fourth. Yeah, I mean it's a cutter. You're right. It's a good point. It's a good point. You're keeping me honest here. Ooh, look at this four-seam down and away freeze. Just living at 100.
You forgot the rice.
What?
You forgot the rice.
What are you talking about?
There's no rice.
There's no rice? There's actually rice that I made that's in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's rice in the fridge that he made.
Yeah, I mean, kinda. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird pitch. It's got a little vert to it, but how could it drop a lot when it's 96? There's not enough time. There's just not enough time. All right, so that was did I see Teoscar ground out? I don't know. Muncie's gonna strike out here. Curveball. What? What's up? Kike pop up. Yeah, I just feel like they couldn't see much. None of these swings looked very confident, but obviously he's throwing incredible, really fast pitches as well. Paja's going to ground out here.
0-2 the count on Pajes. On the ground, backhanded by Ortiz. 2 outs.
You know, sometimes guys.
Okay, bro. Shohei, strikeout swinging. Look at this 3-pitch punchy to Shohei.
14 batters. He struck
Curveball,
out
foul ball,
here at Dodger Stadium.
101.
Back in 2018. Ohtani
Heater
swing
up.
and a miss. 0-2 the count. 0-2
And then
to
another
Shohei
curveball.
Ohtani. And he got him.
That was
Misiorowski
gross. That was a
strikes
really good sequence. The first pitch is probably the most hittable, right? Let's watch this at bat again.
He's 14 batters. He
It's
struck
still
out.
below the zone, but probably the most hittable of the 3. But then you see the height that the curveball comes out at is up here. And then this next fastball is very similar in height to that.
Stadium, Brandon Woodruff. Back in 2018.
Yeah,
Ohtani a swing and a miss.
about the same.
0-2 to Shohei Ohtani.
And then curveball to the dirt. And again, it comes out just a little bit lower, but you got to swing at it, and this ball gets to the kill zone. This area right here. So this was really vicious.
And he got him.
But I mean, I can't even blame Shohei. That was just like unfair pitching. What are you going to do against that? That was tremendous pitching. Tremendous pitching. All right, Mookie.
College in Missouri.
And I think this is the inning where the run happens, so I kind of want to watch it.
Called strike
Mookie
3.
gets screwed
Bases
there.
rung up.
Mookie gets screwed there. And then, okay, here it goes. So let's watch the rest of this.
9 strikeouts
Will
for
Smith.
Misiorowski. Just set things
Fastball
right.
away.
Smith.
There's the slider, cutter, whatever you guys think. 9.1 inches of vert. Feels like a cutter to me. Line drive, base hit. Freddie Freeman, 6-pitch walk.
This postseason.
Ultimately, you're going to have some walks against this guy. Going to be tough to string together hits when he's pitching with this kind of stuff. You know, the velocity's up even for him. You know, these slider cutters that now he's throwing more often than his fastball. You know, make the fastball play up even more. Even with a weird shape, doesn't really matter if it's 95 and not a fastball.
Wise move by Freeman.
That's a good take by Freddie on 1-2.
Number 6. And it's
Pretty
3-2.
good take on that one, too.
Full count. 1 away. Here he comes. And it's
And then he
ball
pulled
4.
that one. He keeps fighting with the mound. He's definitely fighting with the mound a lot. I think he slips again here, right? Yeah, another slip. Like, this is, like, super scary to see, man. I don't like this at all. This is super scary to see. I don't remember ever having a slip issue on the Dodgers mound, but that's scary to see. And then Edman ambushes him.
The times he has gone back to the dugout and then got back up. That's a liner into
Man,
center
good
field.
swing. Just stays through it, gets down on it.
Comes Smith. Felix got a great arm.
85-2.
Throw to third. Not
Yeah,
in
maybe
time.
get him new spikes. I think you might be right. I mean,
Tommy Edman.
you might be right. I kind of agree. Like, maybe something's up with his spikes. So that's how the rally happens. Little single on a cutter slider down the middle. Gets ahead of Freeman and loses him. That was the key. And then Edman, you know, puts a bat on ball. They go straight to a rebay. He actually does a great job. Gets 4 guys out. Now they're on Koenig. Strikeout, strikeout, walk, ground out, strikeout. So he's been really good. This is another Shohei at bat.
It's now his second time against the Dodgers.
Ohtani swinging
First
away
pitch
from
curveball, good
front
pitch.
court of the first. He's 1 for 3.
Just go back to that.
Cutter.
Started opening up and hadn't been able to get away from it.
I never had a problem with this mound.
2 balls, no
Ever.
strike to count.
Always thought it was pretty good.
Man, a big swing and a miss. Just
Cutter middle.
Dodger Stadium.
Sometimes they get dried out, but I don't know.
Training even. And Koenig wipes him out.
Man, just a
Ohtani
lot more chase in his game right now. Teams are definitely throwing a ton of lefties at him.
And Koenig wipes him out.
You know,
Ohtani.
lefties are Misiorowski, basically. So, pretty good. Anyway, on the other side of things, Spire's still going. But on the other side of things, Glasnow, Mr. Glasnow. So, Let's go look at his player breakdown for tonight. 30 fastballs, 26 sliders, 23 sinkers, 20 curveballs. So stays true to form. All 4 pitches above 20%. Unbelievable. Fantastic. 42% whiff. So that's 3 straight games of pretty much starter domination from the Dodgers. Obviously, this one, it looks like a nothing performance compared to Yamamoto and Snell. But it's a pretty good performance. Nonetheless, he had the shadows in his favor as well. We noted before the game that the Brewers hadn't gotten anything. They hadn't done one thing against anything but a fastball. So, I do think he's going to get a lot of outs with breaking balls in this game. That's what I was seeing when I was watching a little bit. There's good fastballs as well, but this is a banger. Can't really tell because his leg gets in the way, but look at that thing drop from, this thing looks like it's above the zone to below the zone. Nasty. And we got a Contreras walk. And speaking of slumps, and the one that might be affecting the series more than even the Ohtani slump, I mean, not that seemed to have affected the Dodgers much, is Christian Yelich slump. Now, he gets a hit here. It's an infield hit, if I recall. But he has looked completely messed up at the plate. Completely messed up at the plate. Also, if I'm Dave Roberts, I'm like, Glasnow, don't even try to field this ball, man. Just let it be a hit. Fight the next guy. Don't do anything out of the ordinary. Do not get hurt. Then he gets Vaughn out with a ground out here. Another curveball. So all 3 outs in that inning on off speed. Second inning, Sal Frelick going to get him with a fastball. And now you can see the shadows just became a problem here in the second inning. They start to get in the darkness. He's out there in the light. It's a big deal. It really is. As the ball enters the darkness, you lose it for a second. It's hard to pick up the spin through that. Your eyes have to adjust. All right, let's see what we can watch about that. All right, that was the 4-seam up there for an out. Here's the triple, Durbin. Gonna get him on a 4-seam. Ooh, good swing. Beats him up and in. I bet you very rare has he ever been beaten up and in. What is Kike doing? You're not catching that ball, sir. Ooh, in with 1 out. Kike is a really heads-up smart baseball player. This was not a smart play. Getting to third with 1 out, way more valuable than being on second with 1 out. So, in this situation, if you can hold him to a double, you do that. I know he thought he was going to make a play, and honestly, I love it in a way because I like my players aggressive. But yeah, technically not a smart play. Not that it would have mattered anyway because this was the run. They do score. Bowers on a slider. Infield in. I don't love the infield in this early. I really don't. I get it. But for me, personally, I'm always looking to keep the innings at 1 or none. I hate big innings. That's my personal preference. Joey Ortiz. So Glasnow had to work a little bit in these first 2 innings because of some stuff, but this play by Muncy was friggin' unbelievable. Holy cow. Man on third. He's been playing some unbelievable defense, huh? Between this and between this play and the wheel play, I don't know what was better. That was fantastic. Where's the full screen option? We don't have the full screen. No full screen. Okay. If you're on a TV, it looks pretty big. I don't know. On a computer. Springer just got a double 4-1 Blue Jays over there. We'll check in on that in a minute after we're done watching Glasnow. And then he finally gets through the second inning, and he was at a pretty high pitch count at this point. It was just from this point on that he really rolled, and I feel like they couldn't see anything. Bummer for the Brewers that they don't take the lead here, because this was their opportunity for a big inning. But, pretty good. And then third inning, he starts to roll. Strikeout here, up top with the heater. Contreras, gonna get him with the slider. And the hitters looked helpless at this point. Yelich, I mentioned, was scuffling. Slider. Banger. Goodbye. See ya. 4th inning. Vaughn. Sinker. So here comes a little bit of that sinker coming back into play. Ooh, little. They're set up down the middle, but this plays like a comebacker a little bit. Boom. And it's 97. He throws so freaking hard, too. There was so much velocity in this game. Ashby, Misiorowski, Uribe, Glasnow, Sasaki. Oof. Just velocity. You know, even Koenig throws really hard. Frelick strikes out. Curveball. Let's just watch this whole at-bat. Let's see how he undresses him here. 3 pitches. Sinker, front door. Called strike. Man, nowhere near that curveball. That is such a good pitch. And then he throws an even better one with 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. Glasnow wipes.
Heard Dodgers took extended practice playing infield for plays at the plate before the game. Paid off later. Well, isn't that convenient? I love that. Well, here comes Dan Wilson to get Spire. So the Mariners are playing from behind in this game. Toronto's bats have become they have woken up big time. It's going to be interesting to see how Seattle manages this game the rest of the way. They're chasing it. They can probably still come back offensively, but they got to keep it pretty tight here. All right. We'll keep going. Durbin, walk. That's fine. Bowers, another strikeout. Called out on strikes on a curveball. Top shelf curveball, really nice. Ortiz going to ground out on a sinker. So, yeah, a lot more sinkers showing up here in the second half of the game, as was mentioned in the chat a little earlier. This is Mookie's technique. He loves this this little jump sidearm sling off the right foot. He's gotten really comfortable making that throw. Nice play. Chourio. Hit hard. Right to Mookie. Very confident throw. Chourio's had the best swings by far on the Brewers in this series. Just not. This is not always working out. Hitting a lot of Adam balls, you know, the old ball right at him. Terang, that's a pretty good swing too, right at him. Yep, 105 too. I like that swing. Contreras, slider. Reaches for a first pitch slider. At this point, it was still 1-1. Here's Yelich. He's going to strike out again. This time it's a sinker. Oop, gets that up and away chase. Man, you never see Christian swing at this pitch. Just in a bad spot at the plate right now. Facing some tough guys and just not having a good go with it. And then he walks Vaughn, and he was out of there. Vesia came in. Clean that one up. Treinen. Banda. Ooh, Yelich again. And then I know we want to watch Roki. Let's see Roki get back on track. We'll watch all of Roki's pitches right here from the knife.
Roki Sasaki.
I don't know if that's really a sinker or not, but ball 1. Force him away. Here comes 100 mile an hour, 2-0. So scatters the first 2, comes back, throws a strike there. Maybe that is a sinker. Is Roki throwing four seam and sinker now right away? And also, hello Mookie. Now this is the opportunity, right? You have a slow runner and a ball hit really hard. This is the opportunity for the Jeter play. Catches it. Gets rid of it nice and rhythm and one hops it beautifully right to Freddie. Man, beautiful play here. Is this new? The Sasaki sinker? I don't believe he was doing this. Oh, snap. Did Springer just clip Brash? Or is this a wild pitch? Oh, wild pitch. Oh, pass ball? Nah, it's a wild pitch. It bounces. All right, we're going to watch all that in a second. Now, Frelick. Ooh. Somebody doesn't want to strike out swinging at that pitch first. Here comes the fork. Oop. Oop, oop, oop. He's thrown a sinker before, but not recently, right? Mostly four seams and forkballs only, from what I've seen. I like the fact that he's just breaking it out.
Sasaki deals.
So kind of fortunate in that at bat. Sprayed a lot of stuff, but it was premium stuff, so give him credit for the premium stuff. And then Durbin, he's gonna punch out to end the game. So clean ninth inning for Roki. Did not get ahead in the count. So some of the fundamentals can work, but I do like the fact that he's throwing two different fastballs. That's fun. Forkball. This is filth. That's a good question in the chat. Could it have something to do with his blister? Wow, that was disgusting. Personally, my blister came from throwing my sinker. Where'd I put my baseball? Have you seen my baseball? Hold on. All right, I'm back. I used to hold my sinker like this, and then the fact that this part of my finger would be so tight on the baseball, I would get my blisters right on that part of my finger. I don't know how he's throwing his, so that hurt me. But some guys, yeah, I mean, from the way that you're ripping on the seam with the four seam, depending on how tight your grip is and how your fingers are, like, you really got to take care of these puppies right here. So he's doing something, but I wouldn't think the splitter would help. Maybe the forkball's getting him too. He's got to be pretty wide, so maybe he's getting a little, you know, on the insides of the fingers. So I don't know. Who knows? It's a good question, though. Anyway, this last pitch, are you freaking kidding me with this last pitch, by the way? This pitch is gross. Nasty. So Roki, I mean, they've really found lightning in a bottle with this guy. I mean, not that they've had too much drama with it. I mean, a little bit. One game, other than that. Although then I guess the 3-inning performance was kind of legendary, though, to be honest with you. See on a seam for the forkball. I bet we could find we could Roki Sasaki Google real quick. Let's see. I think we've done this already. Oh, come on, Adam. Learn to type one time. Sasaki splitter grip. Yeah, we did this already. We looked at it. There it is. So he's like... He's pretty wide. Something like that. I don't know where the thumb might be. But yeah, you can see it just kind of slips out of there. So that's why it has such low spin. It plays like a knuckleball a little bit. Here's the release maybe. We might have a video here. TikTok. We're watching TikToks. Look at this. Look at that tumble. Yeah, good pitch. Good pitch. Good pitch if he can do it. You know, and these last two that he throws are just hellacious in this game. Somebody asked if I was a thumb tuck guy. Yeah, with some pitches. I think as I got older and the balls got more slippery when you couldn't use the sticky stuff, you know? So it's like, then I would like look for a little bit of a seam, like on my two seam, get the thumb in there a little bit. Change up, same thing. Sweeper, it's not the way I thought about it. Let me show my sweeper was more like well, I don't have this I'm trying to pinch between these two fingers. That's the way I looked at it. So the middle finger is laid right here in the middle of the ball, right? But on the thumb, like I'm not trying to go under, because then I get in a weird spot where the ball squirts. I need to be equal distance across, so I'm pinching with middle and thumb, and then I just kind of come out of there. So that's the sweeper. But Max is like on the 4 seam. He's like rock bottom, hardcore, thumb tucker, make my finger bleed tuck. That's the way he does it. So anyway, some guys are like that. All right, so that's the Dodger game. I guess offensively they did some things. We saw the Misiorowski thing. That was really it. 3-1. They kind of grinded away after that. So let's go back and check in on our game that is happening. Toronto and Seattle. 4-1. Mad Max still in there. 5-1. Excuse me. 3 1/3, 1 hit, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. So 3 walks, not great, but finding a way anyway. Only 1 hit. And then Luis Castillo, Gabe Spire, Matt Brash on the other side. So yeah, they're playing from behind. Max and a cavalcade of relievers are going to have to put this game to bed for Toronto and even up the series. Ooh, Polanco, I think he got off the end. Yep, he's out. All right, so let's watch a little Max and actually a little bit of the Mariners. First, we'll watch the Mariners. No, we'll watch the Blue Jay offense. So here we go. Oh, Max. They're showing Max being all crazy before the game on the TV right now. That's funny. All right, so here's where it kind of went wrong in the 3rd inning. Kiner Falefa
something on the plate, and you don't see a lot of them from Scherzer because he's a veteran. He knows what he's
rolls that one down the line for a dub.
We're going to be able to do some damage to him.
Standard double. Then Jimenez. I mentioned before, earlier when we were watching, that Castillo made a couple mistakes down in. Let's see exactly where this pitch was. Yeah. Right in the home run zone. Castillo just spanks it. This was the, Jimenez spanks this. This was the 4th pitch, 4th slider he saw. So, eventually a pitch gets overexposed. When you see a shape 4 times in like a 1.5-minute span. So that's what happens there. Then they get a little grindy here. Lucas up the middle.
Lucas on 1-2. Hits it hard up the middle.
Stays short. Vlad. Oh, this was that sinker. This was middle, but he spanked that ball. Then Kirk walked. That went to Spire. Here's the Varsho walk.
Spire's payoff.
Good take. That made it 3-1. He did buckle down though, and get Clement.
The 2-2.
Doors. Really good fastball there. He's got great velo, and then Barger. This was a situation where the Blue Jays could have completely ended this game early with a huge inning, but he did bear down, keep it a little closer. It's now 5-1, but in the moment that was pretty good pitching. Then he got in trouble again after that. 4th inning. IKF getting another rally started here.
They foul off pitches.
Little dinker. That sucks as a pitcher. You feel like that should be an out, but it's not. It's a hit. Then they go ahead and bunt. Pretty rare. Guy hits a home run. Next at bat comes up, sack bunts. But I think in this situation it makes sense. You try some things like this when you have the lead. Any extra run kind of buries the other team, pushes their momentum further away from getting it back. So I kind of like it. It's an interesting play, and it does pay off as Springer then would double. Big double here on a slider. Yeah, middle, kind of middle down. Really good pitch to hit. Spanks that. And they keep doing this thing. Any ideas? Any ideas what's going on with the slap thing? Is this from the Aura farming guy? Anyway, Springer double. And then there was a wild pitch here, I believe, in this at bat, right?
4-1, Toronto's in front. 2 down for Vladimir.
Slider against right-handed.
Yeah, probably right here. Yeah, so this is a wild pitch. It's a pretty vicious slider. Cal Raleigh gets kind of messed up here. He goes to want to pick it, and then he tries to turn over. He hesitates a little bit. And then, he kind of gator arms it up, and it slips under and hits the shin guard. Not easy to do, but a big thing here.
In the dirt right here. Bad time for his first hit on that slider.
Ooh, Scherzer with a big curveball. to strike a guy out. And he's through 4. Max on a mission right now. Umpire's coming in for the check. Max looks pissed. He's getting checked. He's fine. All right, on the other side, like I said, Scherzer's been doing his thing. Second inning went a lot better. Fly out, ground out, fly out. Third inning, walk. Line out, strikeout, strikeout. Let's watch these 2 strikeouts. Let's watch this one to end the third. Full at bat versus Raleigh. Changeup, ball. Not getting great drop on the changeup still. 4 seam. Bottom of the zone strike. Good pitch there. Ooh, pretty good pickoff. Max got a pretty good move at times. Ooh, pretty close, pretty close. Also, I feel like the velo's up this game for sure. It's getting up in on Cal. And then curveball. Ooh, gets him. The slow curveball down into the back foot. Raleigh, Cal struggled a little bit, I feel like, in this series. Julio, let's watch this at bat. We don't have the full angle. But that inning's long over. Come on. All right, well, anyway, he did good. He strikes out Julio on a curveball, and he actually strikes out Eugenio Suarez to end this inning. Max threw 96.5 pitch to Cal in the first. It was his fastest pitch of the year. Yeah, so the velo was there. I guess it helps when you're 41 if you get... damn, I keep hitting buttons. I don't want to hit these buttons. I guess it helps when you get 22 days rest, or whatever Max had in this game. All right, player breakdowns. 30 fastballs. Wow, he's really attacked with his fastball in this game. Maybe he's read something a little bit in the early going, but it's still only 50% overall. The rest is still 52% overall. The rest is still off-speed. Slider, changeup, 9 changeups, 7 curveballs, only 1 cutter. Velocity is up about 1 mile an hour across the board, almost 2 miles an hour on some of his off-speed pitches. So that's good to see. Whiff rate, 30%. What's the big culprit for the whiffs? Curveball, 7 swings, 4 whiffs. 4 seamers, 15 swings, 4 whiffs. But the big key on the 4 seams, man. 79 mile an hour average exit velo on his fastball tonight. That's really good. 9 foul balls, which have set some things up. 2 balls in play. He's getting 35% chase. So it's interesting. If they were taking more, he does have 3 walks. If they were taking more, they might have even more walks. 41% zone rate tonight. So Max is doing it. 58 pitches in. Now that this another half inning has started, I bet we can watch these strikeouts.
Come out firing.
Yep.
3 runs in the third, 2 runs in the fourth. Rodriguez leads off.
Fastball up in strike.
A must-score inning for the Seattle Mariners.
Ooh, super fastball up. Swing and miss.
Extra dose of adrenaline with this lead.
Slider down, picked out of the dirt.
1-2
And then curveball. So going slider to curveball is a pretty good sequence. Medium speed to slow speed works very well for chase oftentimes. He gets a fly out here. Curveball. So wow, all 3 outs in this inning on curveballs. So as much as he's thrown that fastball, it's interacting with his slowest pitch as well as curveball. He's just so crafty. All right, let's watch this whole at bat to Gino. Oof. I like it though. You're pitching 5-1 lead. That was a good pitch to hit, but
Up in the air.
Here's his 0-1 to Suarez.
also location on the slider is good. This is too far to the left. He does get the swing. He probably wants to go a little less than this, but I'd rather him throw the ball more left than he wants than back it up in the zone, which is what he was doing for a while towards the end of the regular season. Slider down.
Scherzer's 1-2 pitch.
No problem here with this question. This is the MLB dugout app. This is what the players have in the dugouts and the bullpens during the game to kind of do pitch review. It's a private app though. Curveball here. way out front. Really nice pitch. So all 3 outs on curveballs. Speeding them up, slowing them down. Using the fast and the slow. You can see this is cool to watch. This is cool to see. There's Bieber right here. You know, and it's great because I played with Max, so I know what it's like to be his teammate. Look at the shit-eating grin on Bieber's face here as he gets this strikeout to the end of the inning. He's loving that. You know, it's gonna be great to hear Max talk about what he was seeing after this game too, if he does. So that's good. What else we got here? We got a whole bunch of talk in the chat about other stuff. All right, so that's kind of where we're at right now. 5-1 Jays. Wonder how the Jays are going to get to the finish line here. It looks like they'll probably let Max at least go a little bit further. He just got Suarez out, so he's got Canzone, Crawford, and Rivas before flipping it back over. They'll probably have somebody ready to go through the middle of the order if they get through the next time and he's struggling a little bit. Oh, no kidding. That pickoff, he got him out on that, huh? No kidding. Yeah, Vlad was asking for it. So you're right. Yeah, Matt Brash, he does throw them wiffle balls. I mean, of course we don't have the angle, but I mean, it's actually kind of crazy from this angle to see the ball kind of zip left. This is negative 21-ish. I mean, he's like a young, you know, Ottavino clone, right? Just ripping sweepers when that's all I did. He's kind of doing that. His is pretty nasty though. His is harder than mine was. I'll say that. He didn't throw anything but a slider. It's kind of insane. Also, how does he get credit for slider and not sweeper when that's clearly a sweeper? You know? I don't actually agree with this. I'm not really trying to get in on this conversation too much, but Shohei's bringing in way more revenue than anybody else, in my opinion. He's truly like so much bigger than every other player in terms of stardom. So it's crazy. Ottavino clones here telling us he might be a Met. Matt Brash? Maybe. I don't know. Could be. Could be. Blue Jays might win tonight. Love from Ontario, Canada. We know Canadians are very supportive of my channel. So I love that. Ooh, a little reach out base hit to start off the 5th. So let's see if Max gets through this inning. And then it might be a short stream for me tonight, but that'll give me some more stuff to cover tomorrow on Baseball and Coffee. Let's see if he grinds through this inning a little bit, see how this goes. I would love to have some changes on the Dugout app. I've been talking to them about adding like a search bar and some other things. You know, that would be fun. Make it a lot easier when I'm trying to watch somebody like their last 25 at-bats or something. Just rip it off really quick. That would be nice. So we'll see. How do Canadians juggle the playoffs with hockey season? I mean, given though that they have one baseball team for Canada, like this is big time. This is a big time deal in Canada. You know, like I've been saying it. They're a giant. The Blue Jays are a giant market. They are a giant force. They have financial might. They have a lot of power in MLB. Sometimes people don't realize it until you've gone to Toronto and you're like, holy cow, look at this place. All right, here we go. Yeah, I don't know. I think they'll do other things before they ever adjust the mound. I think they'll do stuff like they'll do stuff like change the zone. Maybe make it more of a lower zone. I don't know. They'll do something. I don't think they'll change the distance anytime soon. We don't know what that would look like, so I don't think we'll see that. What's your preferred way to watch a game? It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. I like watching in all different settings. So, a lot of different ways. Max just got a fly out of Crawford. So, 1 out man on first. Rivas coming up. Oh, need an AI chat box to dugout to help search things faster. Yeah, that'd be cool. There's a lot of things they could do. So here's an answer. I live about 90 minutes from Montreal, so a lot of bars have both on here. Hockey and the baseball playoffs. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm not necessarily sure this is last batter. Randy's 0 for 2. I think they like the matchup. Maybe, I don't know who they have warming up. How they gonna attack this next trip through the middle of the order? Raleigh, Rodriguez, Polanco, Naylor, I think is more of the question. Ooh, Bass was warming up. Wow. But I think they'll let him pitch through Randy, potentially. If he gives up a hit here, though, I don't know. 2-1 count to Rivas. Varlin was warming up. OPS to Sang. Yeah, this is like one of the things that people were saying about why it might be a bad idea to back up the pitching rubber. And I also agree with this sentiment right here. I don't think they necessarily need to change anything. There are some hitters, namely Aaron Judge and others, that are doing quite well. The game will continue to evolve. People will learn how to train it. The pitching will eventually plateau in terms of velocity, at least. And then we'll see what we got. Ooh, big swing. Barger with a nice play. Thanks, Quapped. Appreciate it. You're the best. What would I say the most underappreciated thing about pitching is? I don't know, probably deception, or just like the way that you present to the hitter. I feel like makes such a big difference. You can be literally like 20% more effective just by being weird out there than another guy with the same pitches, same pitchability, same everything. So I feel like deception is a big deal. If you think about Hall of Famers, there's not like a ton of Hall of Famers with like perfectly conventional deliveries, like maybe Greg Maddux a little bit, John Smoltz, but like, there's a lot of ones that were weird. Tom Seaver was kind of low to the ground, up shooting. CC Sabathia has like a hitch in his arm when he throws. There's a lot of like outlier qualities. Mariano with the cutter, Trevor Hoffman with the changeup. There's not a lot of normal stuff. Wow, Max is insane, yelling at the manager right now. He's so crazy. Yeah, so he wants Randy. He wants his third. He wants to get this out. So I don't know. That's what I would say. Probably one of the more underappreciated things. Yeah, this will be a lesson learned over time, that it's pretty hard to have longevity and also redline on velo the whole time. Scherzer really reaching back here. He's got 2 strikes on a Rosarena. This is definitely going to be it for him. Yeah, that cam in that Dodger game looked crazy, huh? That looked miserable. That looked like not it, not what you want. Oh, he strikes him out with a curveball. Big time. I know. So there'll be more arms, Philip. I agree. There'll always be more arms, but I think the players will take their own careers into their own hands at some point, particularly the high-end guys, and they'll stop over accentuating their need for velo. Like, I think they'll all have great velo, but they won't try to redline. They won't try to redline all the time. I think eventually that will kind of players will learn, hey, like, this isn't the way, you know. And a lot of people already know it. But, you know, teams, they want velo, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them because, you know what? It's pretty hard to hit 99, 100, 101, 102. Pretty dang hard. I will say that. All right, so Scherzer just pitched through the 5th. I don't think we're going to have the angle yet, which stinks. Change up down, roll over, base hit. So shitty hit. Start off this inning. Then he's going to get JP. Popped it up. Leo Rivas. Don't have a time machine. If you did, what would be the... Where would you go? Where would you guys go? Would you just go like a couple days in the future and then play the stock market? Or the lottery or something? I don't know. Get some information that's worth crazy money. Would that be the play? He gets him with a curveball too. This was huge, by the way. Max, I mean, just... He got 3 big strikeouts with curveballs to righties late in this game. Very bizarre for Max. He was fired up, obviously. This is the typical Max punch-out move right here. He's just a savage. It's just literally a savage. Go back to 99, buy a bunch of first edition Charizard. See, there you go. That's a creative way. That's a creative way to do it. Bitcoin. You know, buy 100,000 Bitcoins when they're a penny each. You're being pretty good. Yeah, Scherzer was crazy, yelling at his manager. That was wild. Imagine an alternate timeline where the Angels had a better GM. Yeah, I mean, imagine if Shohei and, like, they just were winning and Trout was healthy. Man, they could have been a dynasty, you know? There's a lot of things like that. A lot of sliding doors. I'd sell that one guy the pizza for a Bitcoin. Yeah. Wasn't that worth like $100 million pizza at the end of days? Ooh, Met fan. Maybe not trade PCA. I love that. All right, let's see if this came up yet. Come on. Show me. All right, let's watch these. Let's watch this hit on the changeup. Yeah, I think Max threw the ball really, really well tonight, particularly at the end of this game. Pitched down really well. That's at the very bottom of the zone. Utilized the curveball. Did some things sequence-wise that are atypical for him. Look at him pitch it at the bottom of the zone. And then let's watch the whole at-bat to Randy. He freaking yelled his way into this at-bat, so. Can you go forward in a time machine? Why not? It's your time machine. Why not? Where you gonna go forward, though? I'm way more scared of forward. All right, 1 and 2, and then the curveball. Man, not even close, but gets some waving at it. It does come out of the same tunnel. That's basically where the fastball was before. Gets the wave. Max is juiced. And he does his thing. 5 innings. He's definitely done, so can the Blue Jays put it to bed. They do have a rally going right now, too. Man on second, they're going for another bunt here. I kind of like it. They're always playing for 1 additional run right now. You know, that's how you keep a team down. So he ends up 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. It was 1 home run, 74 pitches. Does a hell of a job on 22 days rest. Pretty incredible stuff. Okay, so some of you guys would go to 2035. Yeah. I'd go back and tell Heimblum that Alex Verdugo is not worth Mookie Betts. You know, I'm going to be honest. I have a theory that maybe Heimblum got a little bit scapegoated in that situation over there. And then maybe there's some higher up people that deserve some blame. I don't know. Just a thought. Could be wrong. Just a thought. Okay. All right. Player breakdown. This is the final player breakdown for Scherzer. 41 four seams, 12 changeups, 11 sliders, 9 curveballs, 1 cutter. 56% whiff on the curveball. That was huge. That was huge. That was massive. That made all the difference. Got a lot of outs on that, despite not throwing it very often. I think he got 3 curveball, maybe 4 curveball strikeouts, in addition to a couple other balls in play that I believe were outs. Got 33% chase. That's pretty good. And really took advantage of an over-aggression by the Mariners to some extent. Only 42% zone rate, and yet he got the job done. He got the job done. So that's where we're at. It's 5-1, 1 out in the 6th inning. Dodgers are up 3-0. They're looking like they're cruising to the World Series. So we're gonna have even more Dodgers, more than likely. Hopefully the Brewers can extend that series, so we're not waiting around forever, talking about nothing, waiting for the World Series. But this series looks like it might go the distance. Max just went crazy, stayed in, did some wild, went to a crazy place. They keep showing Schneider. They keep talking about it. I don't know what they're saying on the broadcast, but anyway, Jays are winning 5-1. If they hold on here, series is at 2-2 with Game 5 in Seattle and Game 6 and 7 in Toronto. So this series is far from over. This has been a great ALCS so far, especially if Toronto wins this game. It's just going to get more spicy. These are 2 good teams competing hard. This game's not even over. So anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. I'm calling it. I've had enough. I will be on tomorrow at 10:30 at my usual Friday spot. And if you want to come hang out with me on Baseball and Coffee tomorrow. So appreciate you guys. And people are saying Scherzer might be coming back out. Imagine that. That'd be pretty gangster. I just assumed he was done. But I guess we'll see, and we'll talk about it in the morning. Yeah, nobody out there warming up. Mad Max. Mad Max getting it done. All right. All right. Have a good one. See you guys. Appreciate you. Adios.